Hello, I'm Helen James at the world premiere of Sherlock Holmes.
I've been here 5 hours.
It's icy, my hands are numb, but yeah, we're all huddled together, so it's not too bad.
Is Robert Downey Jr. worth it?
Yeah, he's completely worth it.
He's my favourite actor. I've liked him from Iron Man and Chaplin.
Just sum up your Sherlock Holmes for me.
Pretty much right out of the book.
Quirky, bohemian, just like you think he is.
There you go.
Get that out of my face.
It's not in your face, it's in my hand.
I like those kind of challenges. You know, not unlike a sports team or something. I just want to get good people around me, and I want to be a worker amongst workers. That's when I'm happy. It would be nice to just go back and read some more of the Doyle Holmes and Watson adventures.
It was nice to see you, Watson.
He brings his genius, his eccentricity, and his edge.
There isn't any time to waste then, is there?
He's got that dangerousness to him, which I think is very much part of who Holmes is.
Cracked ribs. In summary, utilized.
Nice
Hey
to
Helen,
meet you.
how are you?
Hey, you've got a habit of playing the baddie, haven't you?
Yeah, I like them. They're the best parts.
Holmes, you must widen your gaze. I'm concerned you underestimate the gravity of coming events.
All the purists who are worried they're not going to get the Sherlock that they know and love are kind of wrong, because actually all the stuff to do with Watson and Holmes is cherry-picked from the novels and the short stories.
I haven't seen any of the other productions of Sherlock Holmes. I know the books, so I had an idea of who Sherlock Holmes should be.
We'll see about that.
The previous films were very much influenced by Basil Rathbone. No deerstalkers here. They weren't in the books, and they are not in our film. We have a Watson who is tough and edgy, and you know, a good man to have in a fight.
They wanted to rediscover elements of this character that had never really been portrayed before. And then I became a massive Conan Doyle fan.
My lucky day.
Hello, gorgeous. You got something for me?
Oh, Irene's so much fun. She's known in the Doyle books as the woman to Sherlock Holmes. She's the only woman to have ever bested him.
Let's not dwell on the past. Shall we?
So we have this, sordid past together, and it carries on in this film.
Wonder we'll have a bit of romance in Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, I know. He's a bit of a weirdo when it comes to romance. He's like too smart for his own good, and his head gets in the way of his heart so often. So Irene tries to sort of penetrate that.
Why are you always so suspicious?
But she's just as crazy herself.
Now, Conan Doyle had a fascination with the occult, and Lord Blackwood has as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think what's great about Blackwood is that he's not in any of the novels and the short stories.
Lord Blackwood.
The witness stated that he saw Lord Blackwood rise from the grave.
With Blackwood, we could invent this twisted, out there kind of occult dabbling guy, which we may not have been able to do had we tried to choose a villain from one of the stories.
Was it fun to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're always psychologically way more interesting. The people who have kind of dark, behave in a kind of dark way, and it's a kind of therapy as well. It leaves me free in my normal life to be a rather nice, charming guy.
And you wanted to work with Guy, didn't you? That's why you wanted to do the movie.
That was definitely the first reason, because I love working with him, and I have a shorthand with him.
Actually, it does have its own charm.
Really collaborative and very definitive, and great choreographer actually too of all the fight stuff, and that was really fun.
The design team on this film did wonders. I mean, it's always interesting filming in your own backyard, because you end up seeing places that you've never seen anyway. People always, Robert was like, so, do you hang out here? Do you come here? I'm like, mate, I don't know I've never been to this part of London, believe you me. We were in the darkest, seediest, most extraordinary avenues and streets.
We do an awful lot of research. We have fantastic kind of art department and team. You just kind of flood your mind with all sorts of imagery.
It's a bad swap.
No matter, we have plenty of time.
one of the most exciting things that we found was for the denouement of the film up on Tower Bridge. We actually got these incredible photographs that hadn't been seen for like 100 years since Tower Bridge was built, from Tower Bridge. That was amazing.
There's not much of the London dockland left. Of course, London was the trading centre of the world at that time. The docks were huge. A big part of our story takes place in that area. And now it's all been redeveloped into these wonderful, very expensive apartment buildings, so we had to go to Chatham and to Manchester and to Liverpool to get the really authentic feel of the old Victorian docks.
Chatham was extraordinary. They did a good job there, didn't they? They dressed it brilliantly.
You had a good fight scene there, and you
I
launched
think
a
it's one of
ship.
my favourite scenes in the film, actually, the dredger sequence.
Leave the case alone. Case for you.
It's wonderful because we're not overrun by public. I haven't got double-decker buses in the back of shot. We haven't got London taxis. There's a lot of control. They are incredibly film-friendly, and anything that sort of requires that aged Dickensian brickwork and a few flagstones, it's wonderful. It's great, actually, and you can. It's a very large site, and you can build set after set.
Chatham was fantastic. It really worked for its original purpose, actually. We used the actual kind of slipways. Turk's Boatyard we transformed into our slipway.
And through the magic of cinema and a lot of green screen, we built the bottom half of the boat.
When we couldn't find a location, we went back to Chatham because it just gave us everything. And the Hangman sequence, the Punch Bowl pub,
which is where Holmes goes to relax at the end of the day. There's a boxing ring there. And we built the exterior of Pentonville Prison in the jail yard.
If you see the film, you'll see what a big part Chatham Docks plays.
Crucial fight scene took place there and launched a
It
boat.
did? Oh, no. Chatham Docks gets a proper big up.
Chatham was a big deal. Liverpool was great. Manchester was a blast. We got to be down in Cliveden a couple times.
Yep.
And then just all over London. I mean, St. Paul's and the...
every direction, it was crazy.
This movie's really going to boost tourism in the UK, isn't it?
That would be nice.
Oh, boy. God, what a great idea. You guys don't get enough tourists here?
So what, they'll do Sherlock Holmes tours again? I hope so.